Sam is at the mic. What's your question, Sam?
Do you get to keep the things that you build on the show?
No. After we're done building them, we get to move them around and they take pictures, like real fancy, beautiful video pictures and all kinds of stuff, and then we leave and never see them again. Yeah, they blow most of them up. So
they like destroyed our stuff. So realistically, with the exception of some custom animation that's done later, all of the models are deconstructed so the elements can be sterilized for COVID and for our production, sterilized and put back in the brick pit. Otherwise, there would not be enough elements to continue doing challenges.
I will say, if we got to keep our sets, we would be a little more reluctant to blow them up. So at first when they said, you're gonna blow up, we're gonna explode your sets, I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh wait, it's not my Lego. Sure, let's go. Let's blow stuff up.
I've also learned that Jamie Berard, Brickmaster Jamie, does not appreciate the destruction of Lego. So what does he call it? He calls it, no, it's like something like pyrotechnic deconstruction or something like that. Because it implies that you can still use some of those pieces to build more things in the future.
Well, I'm gonna quote Indiana Jones.
No, most of them get obliterated.
I'm gonna quote Indiana Jones till the end of my days. All of those builds should be in a museum. That's how I felt about everything on the show. It was just amazing to see everybody's builds. So it belongs in a museum.
So I do have a fun story. I pulled a burnt brick in our first challenge out of the brick pit that had been done from season 1, and it was unusable. So I turned it over to the brick pit guy, and he went, noted. And I think there were some regs put into place for our explosions to ensure that would not happen again.
I found one too, and if I had had pockets, I would have kept it, but I didn't.
You didn't have pockets, and I did, but I turned
To follow up on that a little bit, if you had been able to keep one of the builds, which one would you have kept?
Well, I personally would have kept the Explosion Challenge build, episode 2, because it was my favorite, but obviously that one had to be destroyed. Not ready yet.
Mark said all of them. I think
I would our droid from Star Wars Challenge, because we had, which no one ever saw, we actually had like 8 remotes all put together, and to remind ourselves like what every remote did and every button and everything, Boone would build like little like symbols. So we had like minifig legs that meant like it's gonna drive forward, like that's the legs, but it drove, or like the torso, he put a minifig torso so that we could sit there and we knew exactly, man, that thing was so much fun. I remember like Tyler and Amy and Sam and Jessica, they're like showing theirs, and we're sitting behind our podium playing with it, and we'll kind of look, so our droid's like moving around, like looking, like doing stuff, and Will just kind of side eyes like, and then he did that.
I see what you're doing. That one would be near the top of my list. I think Pop's Food Cart Challenge and Artopia, Pop's Food Cart Tower, sorry, and Artopia would be builds that would display very well at a show like this. So those would have been fun to keep, but I don't know how we would have gotten them home. I guess build a crate.
Talk to Moto about building a crate. Do you know what you want?
I really like the hat, pre-runway.
If I could have kept one, I think, let's see, we've destroyed like 3 of ours on set. I probably would have kept the hanging brick challenge just because I loved how the roots look. I loved the balloons on that one. That was a technique I created on set. And so that just looked really cool. We'd have to find a way to hang it though. I'm gonna need help with a crate.